First puzzle. Here are the threats. Bishop takes knight check. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn. Rook takes bishop. Rook takes pawn check. The checks are: bishop takes knight check. Knight to f5 check. Rook takes pawn check. The answer is knight to f5 check. King to f8. Bishop takes knight. Bishop takes pawn check. King takes bishop. One more. Here are the threats. Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes bishop. Queen takes pawn. Queen takes bishop. There are no checks in this position. Answer to this puzzle is: queen takes bishop. Bishop takes bishop. Queen takes bishop. One more. The threats are: knight takes bishop. Bishop takes knight. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes bishop. Pawn takes knight. Queen takes pawn. Let us look at checks in puzzle position. Queen to c5 check. Queen to d4 check. Queen to e3 check. Queen to e1 check. Queen to c1 check. Queen to a1 check. Here is the solution to the puzzle. Queen to e3 check. King to f1. Queen to c1 check. King to f2. Bishop takes bishop. Let's see the next puzzle. The threats are: queen takes bishop check. Checks in this position are: queen takes bishop check. Queen to f2 check. Queen to f1 check. Queen to g1 check. Queen to h1 check. The best move in puzzle position is: queen to f2 check. King to h3. Queen to h2 check. King to g4. Queen takes queen. Another one. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Queen takes rook. Queen takes pawn. Rook takes pawn check. Here are the checks. Rook to f8 check. Rook takes pawn check. The puzzle is solved using: rook to d7. Rook to a1 check. King to h2. Rook to h1 check. King takes rook. Next, threats in puzzle position are: bishop takes knight check. Rook takes bishop. Checks in puzzle position are: bishop takes knight check. Knight to d5 check. The puzzle is solved using: knight to d5 check. King to f8. Bishop takes knight. Another puzzle. Threats in puzzle position are: rook takes pawn. Checks in this position are: rook to d8 check. Answer to this puzzle is: rook takes pawn. Rook to e8. Rook takes knight. Let us go to the next puzzle. The threats are: queen takes bishop. King takes bishop. Rook takes bishop. There are no checks in this position. Solution to the puzzle is: queen takes bishop. Queen takes bishop. Rook takes rook check. Knight takes rook. Rook takes knight check. King takes rook. Queen takes rook. Another one. Puzzle position vulnerabilities are: queen takes queen. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn. Let us look at checks in puzzle position. Queen to h7 check. Queen to g7 check. Queen to f6 check. Queen to g8 check. Queen to f8 check. Queen to e8 check. Rook to h7 checkmate. Here is the solution to the puzzle. Rook to h7 checkmate. Let's continue. Puzzle position vulnerabilities are: queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn. Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn. Rook takes pawn. Checks in puzzle position are: queen to a6 check. Knight to b6 check. Knight to d6 check. The puzzle is solved using: queen to a6 check. King to b8. Knight takes pawn. Next, threats in puzzle position are: queen takes pawn. Knight takes bishop check. Checks in this position are: knight takes bishop check. The best move in puzzle position is: knight takes bishop check. Pawn takes knight. Bishop to h6. Bishop to h7 check. King to g7. Next, the threats are: rook takes knight check. Rook takes pawn. Checks in this position are: rook takes knight check. The answer is: king to c6. King to e6. Rook takes knight. Let us go to the next puzzle. The threats are: bishop takes knight. Bishop takes pawn. Rook takes pawn. There are no checks in this position. The answer is bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, bishop takes pawn, king takes bishop, rook to g3 check, queen takes rook check, pawn takes queen. One more. Threats in puzzle position are king takes knight. There are no checks in this position. Solution to the puzzle is king takes knight, king to f8, king to e5, king to g7, king takes pawn. Let's continue. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Rook takes knight, pawn takes bishop, bishop takes bishop, bishop takes pawn, bishop takes pawn check, queen takes knight, queen takes pawn check. Let us look at checks in puzzle position. Bishop takes pawn check, queen takes pawn check. The best move in puzzle position is rook takes knight, queen takes rook, queen takes pawn check, king to c1, bishop takes bishop. Next, the threats are queen takes pawn, queen takes queen, knight takes pawn check. Let us look at checks in puzzle position. Knight to d3 check, knight takes pawn check. Here is the solution to the puzzle. Queen takes queen, pawn takes queen, knight to c2 check, king to d1, knight takes rook. Let's continue. Puzzle position vulnerabilities are queen takes pawn check. Checks in this position are rook to e1 check, queen takes pawn check, queen to b1 check. Solution to the puzzle is queen takes pawn check, king to g1, rook to e1 check, king to f2, queen to e3 checkmate. One more. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Knight takes pawn, rook takes pawn check, bishop takes pawn. The checks are rook takes pawn check. The best move in puzzle position is rook takes pawn check, king to g4, knight to h6 check, king to f3, rook to f2 check, king to e4, rook to e2 check. Let us go to the next puzzle. The threats are queen takes pawn, queen takes pawn, queen takes rook, rook takes rook check. The checks are queen to d8 check, rook takes rook check. The puzzle is solved using rook takes rook check, bishop to f8, rook takes bishop check, rook takes rook, queen takes queen. Next puzzle. Threats in this position are pawn takes pawn, queen takes pawn. Checks in puzzle position are knight to c7 check, knight to d6 check. Solution to the puzzle is knight to c7 check, queen takes knight, bishop takes queen. Let's continue. Here are threats in puzzle position. Knight takes bishop, knight takes pawn, queen takes pawn check. Let us look at checks in puzzle position. Queen takes pawn check. The answer is knight takes pawn, pawn takes knight, rook takes rook. One more. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Queen takes pawn, queen takes pawn check, queen takes bishop, pawn takes queen. Here are checks in puzzle position. Queen to g3 check, queen takes pawn check. The answer is pawn takes queen, bishop takes queen, pawn takes bishop. One more. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Pawn takes pawn. There are no checks in this position. Solution to the puzzle is b5, king to f3, king to d5. Another one. Puzzle position vulnerabilities are queen takes queen check, queen takes pawn, knight takes rook check, knight takes pawn check. Here are checks in puzzle position. Queen takes queen check, queen to b4 check, queen to a5 check, knight to a5 check, knight to b6 check, knight to d6 check, knight to e5 check, knight to e3 check, knight takes rook check, knight to b2 check, knight takes pawn check. The puzzle is solved using knight takes rook check, queen takes queen, knight to e4 check, king takes pawn, knight takes queen check. Let us go to the next puzzle. Let us look at threats in puzzle position. Bishop takes knight. There are no checks in this position. The best move in puzzle position is Rook to d2. Rook to d6. Bishop takes knight. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.